Hello everyone, I have a new background, but that's not all. I have a toy. Let's open up that toy. I'm Troublesome Junction, and I'm bringing you an amazing era in Thomas and Friends. The Learning Curve brand, Thomas and the Flower Car. This was made by Learning Curve in around 2009, basically the era when Mattel took over. If I could describe how amazing Learning Curve was for my younger years as a child, there'd be a lot of explaining to do. Because even to this day, I still highly appreciate Thomas as a company, Thomas as a show, and Thomas is just about everything. Just because of how big of an impact it had on me. But anyways, I have an X-Acto knife. Gonna cut around here. I don't want to damage this packaging, but I will be back. After using this X-Acto knife right here to cut open the package, here it is, and I'm coming for the unboxing shot. Yep, here's the toy totally. Just kidding, of course. Now, hey, it's detachable too. Whoa. When you buy Learning Curve stuff, just saying, know that you're in for quality. I think that this is honestly just the same as the Quarry loads, like for the Quarry cars, such as in like the earlier Scruffy version, not the very first, but the second version. As you can see, the rolling stock is made mostly of plastic, but I mean, it's kind of understandable, in fact, because it would be cheaper to make. You know, I'll just put the package aside. It would be cheaper to make. It'd be, basically a lot easier to make too. So I can kind of understand that. And the dumping aspect, it does dump out the flour if you need it. This is inspired by the episode Follow That Flower. I believe Thomas, or one of the engines, tries to play a trick. I think it was Thomas who tried to play a trick with the flower car by hiding it. Just gonna put that back in. I think, yep, I put it in wrong, but whatever. I'm just gonna talk about this first. Of course, it says flower car at the bottom of it because that is what it is. And then it says Ellsbridge Flower. And if you don't know, Ellsbridge is a location in the Thomas and Friends era. Well, not era, but the show. Why did I drop it? As you can see, it has the normal magnetic couplings on it. And then it has a paint, well, not a paint scheme, a color, well, it is a paint scheme. Paint scheme of yellow and then green on it. The letters on there is kind of a mix between it, yellowish, greenish. And that's about it for the flower car. Nothing very much to talk about. I just want to get that flower out before. I don't want it to get stuck at all. I mean, it probably isn't stuck. It's probably just a little tight. I'll deal with that later. Oh, no, I can get it out. Yep, there it is. Set that right there. Thomas. I like that face that's on him. I like the flower details that are on him. I like a lot about him. Just gonna say it now. I mean, you can't really notice it on here, but you can notice it like on the boiler and the roof, and even in the coal, that he has flower detail on him. The sides, you can't really see it that well, but there's definitely flower details on them. But also, speaking of things you can view through the camera, stay around to the end of this video. I have some really important news to share. So, there's that face. It kind of looks like the 60th anniversary face that you got with the Thomas and Henry Steam Around Sodor. There's another remake of that set. I think it was just called Thomas Steaming Around Sodor, something like that. It came with a golden piece of track. But yeah, that is, I believe, basically the same face. And I really like that face. I love Learning Curve and all, but their face on their normal Thomas was terrible. It had too big of a smile, and it didn't look anything like it. Now, the Thomas from the the 1980s and the 1990s, that had the best face. Just flat out. It actually looked like Thomas for the time. But now in the CGI era, I think Mattel's definitely done a great job and all, but nothing's going to ever replace Learning Curve for me. And then at the bottom it just simply says Flower Covered Thomas, and then the licensing the Learning Curve right there in that lightish gray color. So that's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to do a quick, kind of like a retro review, because this thing came out basically 8 years ago. Well, no, not 8 years. Let me see. It's 2017 as the time of recording this, 2009. So yeah, that's 8 years ago. Wow. Just to think that this thing was just, it's been that long. Wow. I'm not even going to get into all that. But one of the things I want to bring up is that, notice I only have one hand in the videos because I'm using the other one to hold the camera. Well, I have a camera. It has it's pretty good quality. Get some pretty good shots because I built a tripod for it, well, modified one. And then I had a bit of an issue with it, where it's basically I need to figure out how I can get the footage from my camcorder to my computer, because the instructions aren't very clear of that. And I've only been doing it for about a day and a half, so it's not like I'm a noob at it, because I'm actually really good with electronics and all. But I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. But if you have any hints and tricks, I'm talking to you, Alan, cough cough, aka Angry Epic Banana. If you don't know who he is, go subscribe to his channel. Because he's the main one who I know who relates to me a lot. Also, you, Isaac, you too. Yeah, if you, those are just my friends in real life. They usually watch my videos. So, that's it for this video. Gonna end it now. Rating 10 out of 10, just because of, it's just my nostalgia. My nostalgia meter is just going off the charts because Wooden Railway, I recently gave away all of my normal Wooden Railway track. It was just like, some of it was Brio, some of it was just other branded track. I ordered offline a lot of track up before. I gave it away to, funny thing, Isaac's brother, Will. Great friend of mine too. Follow him on Instagram at Will_Jeffy. And what I plan to do, buy the official Mattel track, because it all looks the same. Buy lots of that. Make a little bit of a layout. Not too big though, but I will be buying quite a few more Wooden Railway. Because as many as you know, Erdl's my favorite range, but Wooden Railway is definitely close up to that. So that's a future project, and I'm saying, you might be saying, I said I ended the video a few minutes ago, but this is just for those people who actually watch the video and want updates of what's to come. Also, there's something really, I also ordered 2 things from Fisher-Price. Well, I got 2 things from Fisher-Price. One of them was the Brendan Bay carrying case set. It's basically a mixture between a carrying case and an actual set. I'm going to zoom out because my hand's a bit too big. So, I got that, and then something really, really special that's coming. They'll be here at around maybe July 26th. Expect a video on it, because it's honestly going to be something rather special. And there's also a few other things coming here and there. Marion, Diesel 10, Sir Topham Hat, and of course, Erdl Trevor, because Trevor is my favorite road vehicle. And just stuff like that, with a few surprises here and there. And this is finally, after that long rant that I had about what's up to come, that's the end of the video. I'll see you guys on the flip side.